The 2026 to 2027 free application for federal student aid is now available, having launched on September 24th, 1 week ahead of its traditional October 1st date.
Families who act fast, they can unlock thousands more in grant and scholarships. But each year, students lose money simply because they apply too late, or maybe they make a small mistake on their forms.
Learn how to secure every bit of aid available before the money runs out. And we're actually joined now by Lawrence Sprung, the founder of Mitlin Financial and the author of Financial Planning Made Personal, to help unpack all of this. Good morning, Lawrence. Let's start with the timing. How does timing come into all of this?
Yeah, so timing is very important. You want to file early. You know, the old adage, the early bird gets the worm, and this is no different. The money really moves fast. You know, financial aid really comes on a first come, first serve basis, and you really need to submit that FAFSA as soon as it opens to increase your odds for whether it's grants, scholarships, or even work study. So getting it in early can certainly put you at an advantage for those types of aid.
And Lawrence, who should be applying for federal student aid?
That's a great question, because I thought my oldest is finishing up college right now. And when he started, I thought, hey, I'm not going to get financial aid, so why should I apply? But the reality is many colleges require a FAFSA even to be considered for merit-based scholarships or even institutional awards. So like myself, even if you don't think you're going to qualify for that needs-based aid, you do not want to skip that FAFSA, because if you do, you could disqualify yourself from scholarships that may require you filling that out to be accepted for them.
And are aid application deadlines all the same?
They are not. I mean, the federal FAFSA deadline is set, right? But at the same time, many states and colleges, they choose sometimes to close their aid applications early, sometimes months before the federal deadline. So, you know, if you send it in early, you don't have to worry about those deadlines. So I would highly recommend, start putting that together. If your child is applying for those schools, get those financial aid applications in now, and then you don't have to worry about when those deadlines are.
And Lawrence, let's talk a little bit about the application. Nobody likes filling out a mountain of paperwork, but what happens if you make a mistake? Can you fix it? What should you do in that instance?
Yeah, so there are things that happen, because remember, you're completing this FAFSA typically on based upon financial information or even tax returns that are 1, sometimes 2 years old. So you can have a major life event or changes that have taken place. So if you realize that as you're filling out the FAFSA that has been a substantial change, make sure that you keep note of those and make or an appeal to the school that you're applying to let them know, because you can correct if you made if you made an error by mistake, you can correct that. And if there is an appeal needed because your financial situation has changed, you're able to do that with updated documentation. So, make sure that if you do have those substantial changes, that you're in contact with the financial aid department at those universities that your child wants to go to, so they're aware of these changes, and that could impact the amount of financial aid or support you get.
Yeah, all this advice really could impact lives out there. Just to finish up, Lawrence, do you have any more advice on other scholarships beyond FAFSA?
Yeah, there are so many scholarships out there that people are unaware of. It's ridiculous. I mean, in terms of if you're somebody who plays the flute and have worked through that and have a skill there, whatever your skill is there and whatever your nationality is, there's probably some kind of scholarship, private or local, out there, and they go unclaimed all the time. So look for those niche or community awards, and those small amounts can add up fast. And I can also share with you, there was an app on Shark Tank several years ago, and it's now part of Sally Mae, called Scholly. And that's a great way to peruse and find, some of those unique unknown scholarships as well.
Fascinating. This is an entire area I have not learned much about, but I feel that there's a whole world out there. And for families and, as you said, children of all ages, it can be really life-changing. So really great to hear your advice here, Lawrence Sprung. Thank you so much.
Thank you.